Welcome to Shooting It Straight with Stan. I'm your host, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. So glad you joined us on all major podcast platforms. And if you're viewing this on the YouTube channel, you're seeing me in the green hat for all the people that's driving down the road on the podcast. Yes, I'm wearing the green Stan the Annuity Man hat topic of the day. It's time for a financial intervention. Or is it time for a financial intervention? I guess you have to ask yourself that question. One of my favorite shows on television, when I do happen to watch it, is that intervention show. It's crazy because you get to see where people kind of go down the rabbit hole and they make bad decisions, and obviously it's substance abuse and that type of stuff. And in full disclosure, recovering alcoholic, 17 years sober, very proud of that. But that's my past. I'm very transparent of who I am. So when I watch that, obviously I'm not watching it because it makes me feel better, but I do. My heart goes out to those people. They need a family member to step in and do a financial intervention. It's kind of like that show Hoarders. Now, I do watch Hoarders to boost my self-esteem because I'm kind of OCD and I don't have messy stuff and everything's in order. And my dad sent me to a military school for a year, which was a complete disaster, but everything's in order, everything's folded, and the hangers are 2 inches apart, etc. But on this financial intervention and looking at the intervention, I was on the phone call with a guy today. And it's one of those things where I told him, you've already won the game. Why are you still playing? I did a video on that's just blowing up that people are going, yeah, that's me. But it was like showing a painting to a blind person. I said, you've got enough money not to have to annuitize. You have enough money that you don't have to put your money at risk in the markets. You have enough money to where if you just protect the principal with either treasuries or CDs or MIGAs, fixed rate annuities, not indexed, fixed rate annuities, so you can do short-term maturities. You've won the game. You can just peel off interest. He could not grasp that. So I'm like, you need a financial intervention. And typically on the show intervention, as you know, you have the person, they bring them in and typically they go, hey, come to this restaurant or come to this hotel room. And they kind of sabotage and ambush them and the whole family's there. And the whole family's there. And then the mama and the dad and the grandma read letters and they're crying and they're like, we really wish that you would clean your life, but we love you so much. And then you need to go to this rehab center. And if you say yes to the rehab center, then it's going to make our lives. And I told this guy, I said, we need to have a financial intervention for you. And this might be you as well. We're going to bring your family and your wife, your spouse, or whoever, your friends, and they're going to read the letter that says that you are addicted. You're addicted to the markets. 2008. Yes, I was there. I was a lot younger, skinnier, and more vibrant. I know that's hard to believe, but people need to, during this time, markets are a little volatile, nod your head. 2008, markets were a little volatile, nod your head. And everybody in 2008, and yes, I was around, would say, I'm never going to have that happen again. I'm never, ever, ever going to take that type of risk again. I'm going to make sure I have the income floor in place and contractual guarantees in place. And what has happened? Here we go, 14 years later, and every single person has forgotten that. And now things are a little volatile. I'm asking you from a financial intervention standpoint, is it time to sit down with yourself and others and me and be honest? Do you really want to subject yourself to the daily ups and downs of politics and the market and tracking it and hoping that everything goes well and hoping you get a bump? I don't know about you, but that would wear me out. I don't do that. I drink my own annuity Kool-Aid. I love contractual guarantees. It makes sense to me. Coming from lower middle class or lower class North Carolina, rural America, where we didn't have a lot. And the reason I'm in the financial business to start with is I couldn't figure out why other people had money. We didn't. So I'm in the financial business because I was trying to figure it out. But most people that have accumulated wealth, most have done it in a slow, methodical way. And yes, I understand if you put money in the markets, historically, you're going to get the historically, and it's going to be historical, and it's good because it's historical and the returns. I get it. I understand that. I've read Benjamin Graham's security analysis. I get it. I'm a Bogle follower. God rest his soul. Okay, I get it. But I always preach to you, chapter 2 of your life. What does that mean to you? Does that mean lifestyle? Or does that mean you are always trying to chase markets or chase dreams? Let me put it to you another way. Currently, at the time of this taping, look at the date, there are multi-year guarantee annuity interest rates that you can lock in at 4 or 4.5% or whatever, guaranteed contractual with really good companies. I know that's going to probably be comical years from now, but right now that's pretty good. Why are you going to chase an additional 200 basis points in English, that's 2%, or 300 basis points, and put your money at risk when you can get the 4.5% or 4 or whatever that is on the duration contractually? Why are you putting your money at risk. Is it going to change your life that much? Run the number. Run the number on the money you're putting at risk, run it at 4%, and then run it at 7%, and then ask yourself, do you really need to take that risk? Do you really need to shoulder that risk? Do you really need to care and watch and track and listen to Jim Cramer in the morning? Do you really need to do that? Or can you solve it with contractual guarantees? Do you need annuities? Maybe not. Do you need all your money in annuities? Heck no, you don't. The annuity industry frowns upon you putting more than 50%. I've seen us push to 60% when we make a good case for it. But that's the bottom line. The question is, what are you doing? What do you want the money to do? What are you trying to achieve? What's the ultimate goal? And if you say to me, you know what, Stan, the Annuity Man, America's Annuity Agent, my ultimate goal is market growth, and I want to be there when it all pops and rebounds and all. I say, great, then never buy an annuity. And never buy an annuity under the premise that it has market growth and principal protection. It does not, period. It sounds too good to be true. It is every single time. For those people that are buying that, they definitely need a financial intervention. For those people that are buying the upfront bonus because it's free money, you need a financial intervention. You also need a slap in the forehead to get your IQ rolling again. The bottom line is, I think you might need to do a self-induced financial intervention. If you want to bring in the family and have them read the letters of, why you're taking risk and they don't understand it and you're addicted to risk, I get it. It is very, very eerily similar to addictions that people struggle with, whether it's a food addiction, an alcohol addiction, a pill addiction, drug addiction, whatever. I know you're saying, Stan, that's pretty severe to make that correlation. Is it? Is it severe? This is coming from a recovering alcoholic, 17 years sober, very proud of that. Every day is a win, okay? But I'm, going through life just wildly sober is pretty cool. You talk about thinking clearly, and I'm firing on all cylinders. But are the markets an addiction to you? Is the chasing of growth or yield an addiction to you? Is the chasing of the too good to be true story an addiction for you? I want you to really think about that for a second. And then think about, have you really actually won the game? And if so, then why are you still playing? Can you survive on a contractually guaranteed world? Now let's talk really hard stuff here. For people that's been in the markets for decades and decades and decades and been on the ups and downs and the volatility, and you've done well, but you're at chapter 2 of your life, the biggest question, the biggest hurdle you're going to have to ask yourself and overcome is, can you walk away from it? Can you? I don't know. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but you need to think about that. It brings me back to something, it's kind of a joke, but you walk up to the doctor and you say, you know what, my arm hurts when I move it like this. And the doctor says, well, then don't move it like that. Okay. So the people that say, this markets are driving me crazy and keeps me up at night and I'm not sleeping good because I'm watching it. And I'm the doctor going, why are you doing it? Do you really need to do it? I mean, with interest rates where there are, and they are moving up at the time of this taping, wouldn't you look at the possibility of making this simple? Simple is good. Simple is not too good to be true. I had a person today say, that just sounds too good to be true, Stan. This, you've won the game. Why are you still playing? And the solution being contractual guarantees, that sounds too good to be true. Simple is not too good to be true. Simple is simple. It's achievable. It's doable. And I want you to shut all of the TVs off. I want you to stop watching the crap, the Dow, Bitcoin, all that. Stop it, okay? Most of you out there have enough money to achieve the goals you want to achieve. We need to connect. Go to theannuityman.com, schedule a 30-minute call with me, and it will be the most fun and brutally factual call you'll ever have in your life. Just be prepared for it to be a roller coaster of facts. Not going to be your friend. And if we need to have an intervention, I will have one with you. But after that, you'll understand if you've won the game or not, and if you can solve this stuff with contractual guarantees only. I appreciate you joining me. I'll see you next time.